Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Karate UI automation tutorial, we are going to understand how you are going to select the values from Dropdown. So previously we have understood about click, input, submit, focus, and clear. Now let's see what this select function is all about. So if we go to the description here, select function will use, or you will use this one for plain vanilla select boxes. Okay, now if we go and see some of the websites, so let me open some of the, so here if you see this salesforce.com, and if we go to the start your free trial, right, and these drop downs, right, so these are the plain select drop downs. And if you just inspect it, how you are going to find out, if you just right click and inspect on your Chrome browser, and then you will see this select tag is here. Okay, and in the select tag you have these simple options of the values which contain these select details, right, or the options. So how you are going to basically select any of the values here with the automation script. So for example, click on this drop down and select some of the values. That's what we are going to understand. So if we go to the documentation, now this select function will be helpful only when it is plain vanilla select boxes. Okay, nowadays if you are enhancing, or there are many drop downs that will be enhanced by the JavaScript, and then say for example you have multi-user select, etc., then in those cases you have to fire a click or two. That's what they are mentioning here, and we'll also understand that those type of drop downs as well. But if it is a plain drop down which you will be able to identify, right, identifying them is easy. If you simply inspect, right click, inspect, and see that it is a select tag, and within the tag, select tag, you have these values. That is a plain select drop down that you can work with the select function. So how we are going to use it, there are different options available here. So you can use the select with the displayed text. So for example, I want to select based on the text. So for example, IT manager. So I can select based on the text, which is IT manager. Next one is I can select based on the partial displayed text. So full text or partial text. So I can also say if like operations. Okay, so because there is only one operations in this one, so partially it will see that yes, operations is only available here in this operations manager. So it will select based on the partial link text. If you're coming from Selenium background, it's absolutely similar and simple. Then you can select based on the value, right, and based on the index. Okay, so value is, say for example, if we go here and right click and inspect, then we can see the value. All right, so if we inspect, then expand this, right, and the value that is specified here, right, so I can specify the value sales underscore manager underscore ANZ to select sales manager. Okay, so based on the value, and then based on the index as well, right, so index usually will start from 0, 1, 2, 3. So you can specify, say for example, at the 0th index sales manager is there, the next value is at 1. So you can specify the index as well and select the value. So let's quickly go ahead and understand this with the actual script. Okay, so let me go to the Eclipse here, and I will create a copy of the existing test case. So web element function, and create a copy of it, and in this one let me change it and rename it as Dropdown. Okay, so working with Dropdown, so dropdown.feature, and here let me close all of the other files. So here what we first need to do is we first need to basically open that page, right, where we have this select. Okay, so this is the page. So say for example, if we go to the free trial, right, so try for free, then it redirects us to this page. Okay, so simply open this page in the script. So what we'll do is we'll say given driver, and then provide the name there, or the URL that we want to open. Okay, and then from this URL we need to basically then select, right, so we can then go ahead and go to this particular web element right? So we'll simply inspect it, the job title, and simply right click and copy the XPath. Okay, so simply copy XPath somewhere here, and then we will go to the documentation and we'll select by the displayed. So first let's select by the displayed text. Okay, so how you can select by the displayed text? So you can select, say, given select, and then whatever displayed text you are able to see. Okay, so I can simply copy that. All right, now because I have used given here, so I can simply say and select, right? So what is the locator that we want to select, which is the select drop down? So that's the locator that we have copied, and outside we'll use the double quotes because we can't use the quotes, same quotes twice. Okay, and then in this locator, what value we want to select, right? So what option, the exact text that you want to select. So this curly brackets is basically for selecting the items based on the exact text. Okay, so what this does is it will basically see the whole page, and if it is able to find the exact text for that particular web element, the first element, it will select that. Okay, so what value we are trying to select? So the displayed value, say for example IT space manager, right? So IT manager I want to select, so I will simply say here IT manager. Okay, and that should be it. Okay, so that should be it. So let's put a little bit delay there. So we'll say star delay and put a 3 seconds delay before, and put 3 seconds delay after, so that we can see that this IT manager has been selected. All right, so let's quickly run this and see that it has been selected. So opening the browser, yep, it has gone to the Salesforce website, and then it should select the job title after 3 seconds. Okay, so looks like something went wrong. Let's see what's the issue, because ideally we should be able to see the selection happening. It's still kind of executing. Let's see the reports and see. Okay, let me refresh, and karate summary.html. Yes, there is a failure. So let's see what the failure is. Okay, so the failure is that and select failed because cannot be cast to string. Okay, all right. Okay, so looks like it is not able to cast to the string. Okay, some issue there. So let's see what. All right. Okay, not the basic. Okay, not the XPath. I think the locator that we have identifies is not correct. Let's go back and get the correct locator. So this is the locator that we have got. So if I right click and copy the XPath, let's see what's wrong here. Okay, so we'll go to the locator here. So ID is equal to user title, right? So user title, let's see if it is a dynamic title there, because sometimes what happens is that yeah, you can see that it is actually not same all the time, right? So it actually changes. Okay, so let me go to this select. So now you can see it is user title JVT5 this time, right? So this was the issue. So previously you can see that it is VKV9, and this time it has changed to JVT5. So this anything after hyphen is basically dynamic, and that's why it is not able to identify. So we have to basically, when we are identifying these web elements, we have to see what is not changing, right? If it is dynamic, then definitely we can't use. So name is user title, right? So we can, instead of ID, use the name user title. Okay, so what we need to change here, instead of ID we need to say name, and then put the user title, the name there. Okay, and this time it should work absolutely fine. Okay, so if you want to learn these locator strategies, I have posted complete series on XPath and CSS selectors. So how you are going to identify XPath and CSS selectors, go ahead and watch those, because that is kind of a prerequisite and very basic skill before you want to master the automation. Okay, so these are the issues that you might face, and then you have to basically rectify this on the fly, right? So now, because if you have the idea that what the issue could be, then you can easily go ahead and go to the logs and figure that out. So let's run this again and see that it actually works fine this time. So open the page and let's see if it selects the job title this time. Yep, it has selected IT manager, as you can see, and then close the window. Right. So the issue was nothing with the function or the way we were using. The issue was with the locator, right? So basically that's what you have to figure out, that if the locator is dynamic, then we have to ensure that we are writing the correct locator and XPath so that the element is being identified properly. So that's the first way. Okay. Now if I want to select based on the partial link text, okay, so this is the link text, the exact text. Now if I want to select based on the partial link text, I can simply use and select, right? And here I will say user title, and let's select something else this time. Okay, so it will select IT manager, and then let's say partial link text, let's have this personal or operations. Okay, just operations, and then it should select operations manager. Okay, so we'll, instead of this IT manager, we'll say operations. Okay, and here we have to put anything there, right? So basically this is the sign. If you go to the documentation here, so by partial link text, this is basically the sign for selecting the partial link text, or specifying that this is the partial link text that you have to see for. Then selecting by the value is another option. So we'll select by value and index as well. Okay, so let's see all these 4 variants in the same test case. Okay, so the next is by the value. Okay, so here I can simply say selecting by value, or simply copy this twice, right? So the drop down is same, but this time in the third option we are selecting by the value. So we have to provide, so here we were providing the exact link text, this is the partial link text, this is the, here if you want to select by value, then we have to provide the value, right? So what is the value of the drop down? Okay, so let's inspect and see if we want to select some other value. Okay, and see what the values are, right? So you'll see this value tag. Okay, now anything associated with this value tag is value, right? So I can specify these values. Okay, so say for example I want to select general manager, so the value for general manager is CXO_general manager ANZ. So I can copy that value and specify the value here. Okay, now I can also select by index. Okay, so in the documentation we have that yes, we can select by index as well. So if, say for example, we go back here and you will see that this is the 0th index, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, right? So 8 options are there. So if we say the index as 8, then personal interest should get selected, right? So that's what the selection by index is, and because index is a number, you just have to specify the number there. So the last option we want to select is by the index. Okay, so I'll select 8. Okay, or specify 8 in the last case. So after each selection, so first it will select IT manager based on the full link text, the exact link text, then the partial link text is operations. So it will select operations manager, because in the drop down you will see that operations manager or operations is only one, so there will be no confusion, and it will select operations manager. Then the third is to select based on the value, so it will select general manager because the value that I have chosen is CXO general manager, so it will select general manager. And fourth time it will select the last option, 8th option, which is personal interest. Okay, because there are how many options? There are 9 options and index starts from 0. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it should work that way. So if I run this now, let's quickly run and see all of these select options in action. So there is a delay that I have put of 3 seconds that will help us to visualize when this selection happens. So opening the page, we'll wait for 3 seconds to the first selection, IT manager, right? The second is the partial links text, operations manager. The third is based on the CXO general manager, and fourth is the personal interest based on the index, right? And then closed. So let's go to the report now. It's finished execution. If we go to the Karate summary and refresh the report, maximize it, then you will see all of the options are green and all of the selections have happened successfully, right? So this is how you are going to work with the drop downs in Karate UI. Okay, now please remember, this is for plain vanilla select boxes. Okay, this is for plain select boxes. If there is any enhancement based on the JavaScript, there is multi-select, then we have to use couple of clicks, or there will be a different way to deal with it, which I'll cover in the next tutorial. Okay, how you are going to handle those sort of multiple select drop downs. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial on how you are going to select the drop downs in Karate UI. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.